You're back. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Scenes of Unrest. I'm your host, Jordan Cole, and we've got another movie to take a look at today. Now, the film I've chosen for today is one that involves a lot of light and color and flowers. If you haven't guessed it yet, don't worry. We're going to be talking about Ari Aster's 2019 film, Midsommar. Now, this is a very interesting film because it was the first time that I was introduced to the term of elevated horror, meaning you have a simpler story or a basic approach to themes that's elevated by beautiful cinematography and, masterful styles of cinematography. And the editing, the colors, the film transitions in this are absolutely beautiful. Ari Aster's created a masterpiece of a visual setting. But looks aren't everything. So to begin, let's go with a bit of a synopsis here. Our lead character, played by Florence Pugh, after suffering a tragedy, decides to attend with a group of her friends and her boyfriend, who remains pretty emotionally distant, on a trip to the one friend's hometown in Sweden. And it is a midsummer festival that they're attending. What starts off as a really cool event where people are getting high and really taking in all the beautiful scenery slowly starts to become, how do I put this? Cultish. It's a cult. So what happens here is a slow burn into kind of mayhem and madness. And it's an examination about what grief does to us and the sense of belonging we want to have when we experience an intense amount of grief. Midsommar is a very good film visually. It packs a lot of punch because of the visuals, but I can't help but want a little bit more from the story. I wish it did go as deep as the visuals did sometimes, especially with side characters and the characters surrounding this cult. It's a little underboiled for me in some segments, but again, you can't really stay mad at it with how beautiful this film is. And it is a slow burn. It's a very slow burning film. It takes probably about halfway through the movie when you actually start to get more of the answers you're looking for and things start to really go off the rails. It is just simply a visual feast, one that really focuses on great editing work, fantastic performances from the actors with what they're given, and a theme that can resonate with all of us, the idea of loss and wanting to feel connected to those around you, and when you don't have that connection by either a significant other or your parents or your grandparents or your siblings, what we clasp onto outside of that, which I thought was a really interesting take to be taken into a cult by. The unsettling nature of Ari Aster's films is also something I want to remark here. I don't know where this guy developed his understanding of crying, but in two movies now that he's done, Hereditary and this one, the crying that happens in it is just so uncomfortable. I can remember seeing this in theaters and just being so unsettled by hearing the sounds of the cries of certain characters. Florence Pugh in this just is mesmerizing as somebody who's just been destroyed by grief. And you really feel it. Like, I can remember making this face in the theater, watching her and hearing her cry. It's a very stunning film. It can be difficult to watch at times. It can be funny. It can be slow. But ultimately, it's a movie that I think if you want to see what the art of making pictures looks like, you should definitely watch it. Even if the story is a little undercooked at times, I think it's a film that you should definitely watch. And it's a different kind of horror because it's more sophisticated. And even though the idea of elevated horror sounds very pretentious, I think there is a vein for it now through studios like A24 who created this picture. So, with that, Midsommar, the next big title in our spooky marathon. Thank you so much, as always, for watching, guys. I really appreciate your support. And if you like this content and want to see more, click the like button, hit that notification bell, and the subscribe button. Thank you so much, and have a great night.